Live from Fort Worth, Dallas, and all of North Texas, with coverage you can count on. This is CBS 11 News at 4.
Plus, picking a college. Believe it or not, parents, there is more to it than just academics. Next, how to make sure your student will be happy when he or she leaves home. Well, high school graduation is just around the corner. It makes sense that most parents would want their children to attend a college with a strong academic program, but picking the right campus is also important. And here to talk about that now is David Porter. He's a social architect and consultant to colleges and universities really across the country. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
now, why do you say that campus common areas are so important for students?
Well, I think it really represents the classroom outside of the classroom. I mean, we know what the academic chores are and challenges of a university, but I think it's also important to understand what we want to accomplish as a result of going to university. And in a recent survey, 72% of freshmen said that their #1 goal was to be financially well off upon graduation or after graduation. So in order to do that, we've got to secure a good job, get financially independent. And the skills necessary to do that, I propose, are skills that we can learn in face-to-face kind of interactions on campus, in dining commons or learning commons or libraries or student unions. And some campuses do a really good job of creating those opportunities and others don't. And that's where we can kind of learn to interact and problem solve and collaborate and really get together.
Because it's not just about being smart. You actually have to be able to interact with people, that have that social interaction. Now, you mentioned dining very briefly.
Right.
Why is a good dining program essential? I never would have thought about that. I mean,
well, think about, in our lives today, what's more social than dining or eating together, whether it's a meal with 2 people or a group of people or a conference or even a freshman class or the entire campus community. So it really gives the students an opportunity to come together 2 or 3 times a day. And if the university does a good job of developing a venue on campus with extended hours, we develop them 24/7, where students can come and go 24/7 as frequently or as infrequently as they like, collaborate, problem solve, study, hang out. It's like a living room or a great room for the campus, but you can also dine there too. And that really creates the opportunity to bring students together. It permits us to really, I think, meet a fundamental need we all have to connect. And when we can do that in a safe, wholesome, on-campus space, that beats having no options on campus and being relegated to go off campus, especially at nights and weekends.
right. And unfortunately, we are out of time, but thank you very much for joining us. And you have a book, The Porter Principles by David Porter, and to help parents out there and even universities.
Well, there are 3 new chapters just for parents and prospective students at pkcdavid.com.
Okay. All right, David Porter, thanks for being with us.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.